Good afternoon, everyone. This is author Tim Brown of the book, Uncommon Athletes, Lead with Passion to Ignite Your Purpose. And today I'll be beginning a series from the book. And so this afternoon, I'm blessed to have with me Coach Karmell Brown. Karmell, welcome to the show.
Hi, thanks for having me.
And so today we'll begin our series, our video series on each word in being an uncommon athlete from passion. So today's word will be preparation. And Karmell has been a successful high school basketball player, college player at Earlham College, head varsity basketball coach, I believe, at was it 23 years old, I think, had her first coaching opportunity. Then she's also coached collegiately at Denison University. And most recently, she was at Franklin and Marshall University in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. So it's a blessing to have her to kick this thing off. And of course, she's my daughter as well. So all that helps as well. So I just want to begin, Karmell, first off, tell me, what does that word passion mean to you? When you hear that word, your athletes say they have passion, they love the game. What does that mean to you?
I think passion is a little bit of extra fire, zest or zeal with whatever it is that you're interested in. And passion definitely helps kind of take you further than you normally be able to go, just because it means that you really want to do something. You really have the desire to accomplish the goal, finish the mission. And so I think passion is key with being successful with anything.
Good. How would you equate your passion for the game? Where did that come from? And just really, where do you see that taking you? And how do you stay passionate about the game of basketball?
Yeah, so I think it started with enjoying basketball. And it's something that you really have to develop on your own. Like, you really, I don't think, can teach it or really force it onto someone. They just have to kind of feel it. So even growing up, my parents wanted me to play basketball at a really young age, but I wasn't there yet. But then when I finally started playing, I thought, oh, this is, kind of cool. And at that point it was more like, enjoyed being with your friends. But, later realizing that really is part of sports, getting to know different people, learning leadership skills. And so the passion really came from enjoying the sport and then enjoying like what it brought to me. So it brought me great friendships. It gave me the opportunity to play in college, and again, meet more people. And then it gave me the opportunity to invest and teach other young people, and coach. And so it really just came from, I guess, seeing for me the benefits of it and enjoying it. I think having some success helps, maybe not always as a team, but even like some personal success. Like if you show a little promise or have a little talent, I think that helps. But then even if it's not there, because it wasn't always there for me, but the passion helped me put more time in to get to where I want it to be. And so I think my passion for the game and now for mentoring young women just kind of keeps me humble and centered on the goal. Because I know that, being at someday a Division I head coach is the goal and the dream. That passion kind of keeps me going, because it's not easy. Sometimes you can get discouraged and want to give up on the journey. But because it's my passion and something that I believe really is my calling, that keeps me going.
Good. That kind of leads into our topic for today, is uncommon preparation, that first word, and the word passion. And in the book, I talk about how the mindset of preparation, and meaning that preparation always begins with a plan. As far as preparation, and when they come into a gym with this whole plan mindset, what would you say to a player who has to develop a plan or whatnot?
So I would say, again, what do you want? What are you hoping for? And I would hope that, a player on any team at any level, their hope or their plan is to go out and be the best and, give 110%. So in that, you're already planning and you've already made up your mind, I'm going to win every sprint that I can't win every sprint, or at least do all the things the best that I can do, that maybe, or that I have control over. So, as far as shooting, you may not make every shot that you want to make, but you can definitely continue to work hard, follow your shot on the rebound, make sure you're boxing out on defense, things like that. So as a player, like really having the mindset that you want to really give it 110%, to be the best that you can be, every day that you come into the gym, and every day that you step onto the court.
That's good. That kind of leads to consistency, just being consistent. And uncommon athletes, they're consistent. They stick to it no matter how tempted it is to do something different or choose an easier way. A consistent person stays on course. And as an athlete, you have your plan, but you got to be consistent in your plan. From your experience, how can you tell that a player is really consistent, really showing up to practice, as they're all the way, both physically and mentally?
Yeah, I guess how I know, is kind of from the very beginning. For me, I have a specific type of player in my mind. So that player, as soon as they come into the gym, they're clearly not there to socialize. It's clear that they're there for a purpose. There's not a whole lot of side chatter or joking. They're not, at the water cart gulping down water when we haven't even started. They're going ahead and, taking some game-like shots, and honestly, even going hard before the practice even starts. And then during practice, again, they're not just there, or even not just, because sometimes you can be there and you can be working hard, but you're still, not exactly focused, or, but you can tell they're focused. They're even, helping lead others, and, making sure that the entire team is kind of all on the same page. I think of captains, because they tend to be chosen because they're consistent. So they have that really consistent work ethic. They're leading the team, making sure everyone's, again, on the same page. And yeah, just working hard, like not just there to be there, but they're working hard. They're being focused. They're helping lead others, just kind of going the extra mile, even though they've showed up, but there's more to that.
More to that. Good. Legendary coach Bobby Knight once said, the key is not the will to win. Everybody has that, but it's the will to prepare to win that is important. And so in that, I think those uncommon athletes who have that will, they have the will to win, but they're willing to prepare, and they're willing to do that extra, meaning that a good example, Jerry Rice, who one of the greatest wide receivers of all time, but every off season he would run a hill, straight up this hill, 3.5 miles. And that was his workout. Every day he would run that hill, running. Most guys just taking the season off, but he was preparing, and he understands that the will to prepare is more important, because everybody has that, but are you willing to prepare for it? And so could you speak to those athletes, and I want to maybe take this spin on it. You have those players who want to get better, so they play against better players. They're always looking for some competition, basically. Everything in practice becomes a competition, and like they're seeking out who's good at something, and then pushing themselves to be better. Can you explain why that is so important in preparation as an uncommon athlete?
Yeah, I think it's important because typically it's going to be rare that you're the best person in the room, best person on the court. There's probably someone better than you, or someone just as good as you, which means you have to do more or be better. You have to, be better than someone that's just as good as you, even if it's just in that game. For that time, you need to be better if you want to win. And so I always think it's important for players to really want to challenge themselves. And so I see that with, often if we're splitting up 5-on-5, we make sure to, put people against each other that are definitely going to challenge each other. And it's honestly not always someone that's even more skilled or maybe like plays more minutes or scores more points, but sometimes it's just like the workers
Yes.
that are actually really going to push you. And so I even challenge my players that aren't as skilled or that, you know, minutes don't show up, or even in the box score, they don't look as decorated, but, you know, even they can, you know, push someone else, which then is even making you better. But yeah, even like when we go down, sometimes I take the posts and, you know, I'm older, but, you know, I'll get in there and play with them because, you know, I'm going to challenge them. Like, you know, sometimes with your friends, I don't know if it's that you don't want to be better than or whatever. But I know, you know, back when I was playing, like that was the fun of it was, you know, pushing each other. And, you know, some days you will be better and then some days they will be better.
Right.
And it all kind of, you know, balanced out. But yeah, I would say even as an athlete, it's important for you to give your best and for you to even push your teammates so that they can be better. I think that's just as important as you choosing someone to push you as you pushing someone else.
Right.
And then they'll follow because you're pushing them.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. As we wrap up, I wrote the book really for not just for athletes and sports, but for life lessons, you know. So how do you think you can apply the principles discussed in this chapter in areas of life outside of sports? What word would you give to young athletes as they're preparing and some of those skills or some of the things they're doing for sports? How can they apply to those other areas in their life?
Yeah, I think every principle that we've discussed is key for life. So, you know, showing up every day, giving it your best, whether it's, you know, at home or, you know, 'cause you have responsibilities at home. So, you know, parents want you to make sure that, or you have chores, the grass needs cut, trash needs taken out, like all those things help make your family better. You know, going to work, you got to show up, you got to be consistent. If you, again, there's always someone trying to push you, you know, trying to take your spot or trying to take something that you want. So you got to prove that, you know, you're consistent, you're a hard worker, a plan, and making sure that, you know, you have a vision for what you want to do so that, you know, you're working smarter and being efficient and not necessarily harder.
Right.
So yeah, I think all those things are like really key for being successful in life.
Good, good. Well, I want to thank you, Coach Brown, for your time. And as I said at the beginning, this is the first of a series going through the book of being an uncommon athlete. And the first step in that is to be prepared. And to prepare, as we talked about, in an uncommon way, not the way everybody else prepares. Start with that plan, being consistent, you know, showing up, you know, just things that we think are just common sense or common to all athletes. The reality, they're not. You know, pushing yourself, you know, not hiding in the back of the line, you know, pushing yourself to be better, you know. And I believe if you perfect those skills, or at least learn those skills, they'll help you be successful in life. And so, Coach Brown, I appreciate your time for sharing with us and being a part of this series. I want to encourage everyone, if you get an opportunity, check out the book, Uncommon Athletes. You can go to CoachTimBrown.com and order a copy. So thank you for being a part of this series and kicking us off. And I look forward to seeing everyone in our next session. We'll talk about having the right attitude and being willing to make those adjustments when things may not go the way they seem. So thank you again, Coach Brown.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
Thank you.